Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. Really do appreciate it. So today I'm coming back with the Unicorn Dreams. This little set is called From the Heart. So we've got the beautiful sort of close-up of the unicorn there, and then you've got these other toppers, lots of little toppers, lots of little sentiments. And then you've got this sort of faux glitter here with that beautiful horse again. And then you've got this beautiful holographic foiling all the way along there. So this is what we're going to be playing with today. So let me start by bringing in a piece of 6x12. Just going to make a card that should hopefully fit in a 6x6 envelope. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'm going to score the 4-inch mark. And I'm going to turn this around and do 2 and then a 4. If you've got the bigger board, you can just do it all in one. Maybe score 2, 4 and 8. Or you can do 4, 8 and 10. Whichever way you want to do it. But this is going to give you a little stepper card. And I quite like this little stepper card because it doesn't take up quite so much cardstock. So that's one of the main reasons that I do like it. Also, it does mean I can put a topper that comes above the top if I want to. So we're going to have a little card that's like that. So we've done a mountain, a valley and then a mountain. Okay, so that's the basis for our card. Let me just give those scores a really good press down. That's going to help me in the longer run. And for an insert, you just need the size for a 4x6. Okay, so let's bring in the trimmer, and I'm going to be using this. I think it's like a rainbow mirror. I don't think it came from Hunkydory. I'm not quite sure where it's came from. I know it's been in my stash a long time. So I'm going to start by trimming this down to 2 notches under the 6. Nothing if not predictable. And then for this top layer here, the bigger layer, we're going to go 2 notches under the 4. And that should fit quite nicely onto there. And it will do. And then for this very front piece, we want a piece that's going to be 2 notches under the 2. And then I've got a nice chunk that I can use elsewhere. Just checking that it fits quite nicely on there, and it does. And then I think I'm going to go with this one. So let's start with this cardstock because that's going to make quite a nice feature. So back in the trimmer, and I'm going to start by trimming this down to 5 3/4, and then I am going to cut this down to 1 3/4. No, I'm not, because I really want to keep that in. So let me cut 1/2 inch off the bottom there. So we've still got a nice pink piece for a border somewhere, and then I'm going to go to 1 3/4, and that's going to give us all these sparkles above it just about as well. Okay, and then this piece I'm going to cut that down to 3 3/4. I'm sort of going for the darker end to go at the top because that's going to provide me with the best contrast between those two pieces. So let's pop that one out of the way and bring these in. And the glues that I'm going to be using today, they're going to be my normal glues, which will be the Kalau all-purpose glue in this clear one. And then the Kalau tacky glue, which will be in this one here. So let's just go ahead and mat and layer these up. So there's always just a little bit of tacky in those corners. And then the all-purpose in the middle. go ahead and pop that on. Move that into place. And what I would say is it's more important that you get the top and the sides done even. It doesn't really matter at the bottom because nobody's really going to see it once it's up and running. So that would be my word of advice to you on that one. And then we've got this piece here. I'm just wondering whether I want to... No, I was thinking about embossing it for just a second and then I thought no, I won't. So some of the cards that I have been making off screen, I have used embossing folders on. So those ones, and some of my new dies as well. So those will go onto Pinterest just before these do. So I'll upload them all at the same time, but I'll make sure that these ones that I'm doing today are going to be the last ones on this, so they're nice and easy to find. Okay, we're just going to keep going. If you want to put any ribbons on or anything like that, then it's worth doing that before you get to this stage, just gluing it onto the back, just so you can hide any workings. And we're going in like a little glue bogey. And then we just put that on. So you just get that little flash of colour coming through. And then here and here. And there. Okay, so I was watching a little bit of Anne-Marie just a little while ago with the new kit, the birds one, Botanical Birds I think it was called. It's very nice. And it's Matte-tastic, which you know I love a Matte-tastic kit. We will see, we will see. At the moment I've got plenty to craft with because I've got another two sessions of this and then I've got the magazine. So I'm alright for about a week or so. Okay. So let's pop this out. I don't know if I'm going to use the frame and all the pieces yet. We will have a little look at that. So we've got our horsey, and I think we'll go with Birthday Girl since it matches. Clue and Megan. So it's the same horse. We've got The World Is a Better Place Because of You, and then you've got that Lots of Love, and then the big topper, which is also a sentiment: the best and most beautiful things cannot be seen or touched, they are felt with the heart. So let's see how we want to pop this on. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these yet, if at all. I might use them in slightly different ways. Got this beautiful holographic frame. Oh, it doesn't want to come out though. There we go. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking that this bit here I'm probably just going to leave as it is because it is quite fancy as it is. So we could have that in there, have that bit coming up. And then maybe something along those lines. Let me just see if there's any other way. I think we're going to keep it quite, not boring because it's not boring, but right, let's bring that down, so make sure we get that within the 6 inches. We'll save this one for another day. No doubt we will use that somewhere else. And I think we will, although we it could go on there. It's hidden a little bit on there, so I think it does need to go on the plain side. Bring that little frame back in. I don't think we want to pop it on there, because that's not going to hang in the right place when we do it anyway. No, it's going to have to be. Okay, so if I grab some of my 1mm foam pads, grab the scissors, and I'm just going to cut straight down there, like so. Now then, do you need to make sure we are not, you screws out the way, I'm not putting foam pads where we don't want them to be. So I want that to go up as high as I can. So sorry if you can hear my stomach just eating, so I don't know why it's grumbling. I don't think it enjoyed what I had, although my mouth did, so. Okay, so just double check. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I'm going to just take these pads off. And if you've got the strips, these are just the 1mm foam pads, just because I am including these as part of my challenge. So I am trying to make them really easy to get into envelopes, because I think it's easier for people to sell them that way. So that is my thinking. So I am trying to keep them a little lower. That being said, I did do some decollage yesterday, but even that I didn't do as high as I normally would, so I may have to do a sort of little box or something for that, but we will see. Okay, so let's just pop that on. I'm going to put my fingers where I know those foam pads end, and we're going to go up, go around about there, look straight. So, okay, so that one's on there, and then what I'm going to do is do exactly the same on here, because I want this raised as well. So these ones I can come in with the full size ones. And I think this bundle was part of the sort of 1mm foam pad deal that was on. I think it's something Savers, isn't it? I always forget the name of it. Something Savers. Maybe it's just Savers. But that's where these came from, this little bundle with these squares. It's quite a nice size, this square, actually, because they're still a decent size that you can cut up, but they're also a nice size that most of your sort of pieces you'll be able to put them on without it being too crazy. Actually, if I take that back off, look. So I'm just putting a bit of PVA on the back, just helps me if I need to just quickly remove or move something if it's not quite in the right space. So I'm just going to try and make that as equal as possible. That's quite good. And then we will raise this one up as well. We might as well. There we go. I'm just going to put any little pips down. And again, a little bit of PVA. I am going to come in just on that side there because I think it's going to show quite nicely. Okay, so then now we just need some little gems, and I kind of was thinking maybe some glitter gems. So there's only 4 on there. Let's just have, put those ones there. I did sort these out yesterday, and then today we're in the same. So we've got 5 big ones there. Nice if we have some small ones. Okay, or we could go with some of those. Those might look a little bit too yellow. Right, 2 seconds. Sorry, I know I'm rustling away here. Some more of those big ones. Okay. These ones as well. So I'll just throw them all in and see what we're going to come up with. So I think these ones might be a little bit too yellow. These are the Spellbinders sequins. They've got a nice little tone of pink to them, but I think it's going to be. I need to go a couple. Well, they don't. They look quite pink when they're on. They don't really pick up the. You don't really see the yellow, do you? Let's have a couple of. Okay, so we've got those. Kind of would be nice to use some of these odd ones up. I think we'll go with those and use those up. And then there's only, I think, 2 left on that sheet. A blue one. Oops. Blue one and 2 green ones. So there's only 3 left. Okay. So let's see. I wish there would be some of the smaller ones, but hey ho. Cannot have everything we want in life, can we? This has got some sticky underneath, so I'm going to go with oops, that's one way to get rid of them. I will find that one later. 1, 2 and 3. So there's our 3 there, and then I think what I might do, I've got one little one there. Okay, let's go in with this big one, and then this little one here. It's not that little, but small enough. We will go on that one, and I think that way. I think that will do for our first card. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let me just show that to you. So obviously that will fall forward a little bit, and you will see all of the horse when it's on. You'll see that if you look on Pinterest how it stands. It does stand quite nice. This kind of little stepper card, and you've still got that little bit of fresh air behind it that's going to give you a little bit of dimension as well. So what I'll do is I'm just going to, sorry, there's a little pip there, get cleared up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, again, I'm coming in with that 6x12, and this is just going to be a normal little 10th fold card. I did think about doing like a cutaway card where you cut away a panel and you have that bit either in the middle or the side, wherever. But when I was looking on Hunkydory the other day with this kit, there seemed to be a lot of, well, not a lot, but there seemed to be examples of that there. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do something, I want it to be a little bit more fresher than sort of copying a Hunkydory card altogether. But there are lovely examples on there of that cutaway sort of card if you wanted to check those out. Okay, so back in with our trimmer. Again, I'm going to be using that same holographic. I think I should have enough here. Let's just check. That's why I hate this trimmer a little bit, because it does that. No, so that's just a little bit small. So let's just bring in another piece. And again, we're going just our normal layers, 2 notches under the 6. And 2 notches under the 6 because we're doing the square. And we'll pop that on, have a little look. Yes, that looks good. And then I'm going to come in with this piece here. So I'm going to start by cutting that at 5 3/4, and then again 5 3/4. So we've got a nice little piece there, and then this is going to be our piece that goes onto here, like so. Now there is a border on here with the holographic on, so I'm going to just quickly put those bits out of the way. Snip this out because I might go over the top, but just to bring that holographic into the middle of my card. And we need to nice neat edge. Oh, honestly. And then 5 3/4. And that should fit. It's exactly the same, but it's just got that bit of hologram on. So it's just going to lift it a little bit, I think. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. And what I'm going to do is pop these bits on first of all. I've got that right way up. And in a little bit of glue string. And we're just going to keep on going around. And this one might be quite a shorter video because it's just 2 quite simple cards. Sometimes when you've got all the different folds and things, it complicates things a little bit. Hopefully it'll be about 40 minutes long, 2 cards, 20 minutes. Okay. That's going on to there. Nice press down. That is looking good. Okay, let's bring out our little unicorn. So I'm just going to pop that one off. Okay, let's have a little look, see how we want to do this one. Again, we're going to play with these frames, just see whether we want them all or not, or whether we want to mix them up a bit. It does, with that thick border of this glittery purple on the bottom, it's sort of changing the way I'm feeling about the card already. But let's see how we go. So originally my thought was to do that top and bottom. Obviously that's going to be already across there, although I might only do it to the middle Okay, let's go ahead and snip that down the middle. Let's move it out of the way. So I'm keeping everything in the centre at the moment, and I'm going to pop some tacky glue along this top piece. Turn it around that way just so it's easier for me to see. And we need to come down just a tad. So I'm just using the lines on my mat to sort of give me an idea. I've got 3 squares there. It just needs to come just a tiny little bit that way. And I'm not going to worry about that little bit of glue there. I might go around it with the teeny tiny dauber, but it would be it dries clear anyway. Okay, so let's just put that up so that went to about there. Just want to make sure that's sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that needs to go that way. These points you're not really going to see anyway, but just want to try and make it as even as I can. Okay, and I think they are going to be, yeah, they are quite even. Okay, now do I want this to go along all of the inside? Or do I want it to just go along the sides? Okay, what I think I'm going to do is just bring in that other piece that I chopped off. So, because as it stands at the moment, this would go across one of my 6x6 cards. So I don't really want to chop into this when I've got a smaller piece here that wouldn't go across the full way, if you know what I mean. So I'm not wasting this. What I'm going to do is just chop this right back there, and it doesn't really need to be in half, just because it's only about 1 inch or so each way. And then, excuse me, horsey, out the way. There we go. So if we're going to hide that behind there, I only need to go to there, and then we would have this piece in here. I think it looks better that way. So again, I'm going to come in with this PVA, just because I don't have to worry about it sort of splurging out. Lift that up a little bit, and I'm just going to pop that in there, and then I'm going to do the same the other side. To be around about there. Maybe just a little higher. If I bring in a ruler, I can see they are just about straight. There's a little piece that keeps coming up there. Okay, so let's just go around and trim these off. Oops, it's moved. Let's do the other one for a second. Open that out. Hopefully that should stay still. There we go. So now, in one of those tiny drawers, like I say, you're not really going to see a lot of this anyway, but it's just coming off the top anyway. It's a bit messier than I would have liked. I wonder if my glue eraser will just pick that up. Okay, that's better than it was. Okay, so then this piece is going to go across the middle. I will trim those down a little bit more in a minute, but it's just a nice sort of size for me to work. So I'm going to turn it this way, because what I don't want to do is put pads here, here, here or here where those bits are, just because that will make it a little bit lumpy. So if I keep the pads away from that, we should find that it sits on the top quite neatly. So let me just pop these little half ones in that I've already cut. We need to do some more. So we can go around to there. And it's not going to need as much support there because it will have that other bit to lean on anyway. Another bit of cardstock from those borders, because it won't seem like much, but if you put a pad on top of it you will just sort of see a little lump. So just going to try and keep it as neat as I can. Okay. So that is looking good. So let's get these pads off. And there's no reason why you couldn't come in with any little butterflies, dragonflies, anything like that. If you've got any little holographic stars, I know in those little jars that Hunkydory do, little sequins, there it is, the little stars. You could turn this frame into a shaker. Put some holographic sort of sequins inside, and then put that topper on the top on the outside, or you could put it on the inside of a shaker. I think it probably would look better on the outside of a shaker, those that the sparkles were around it rather than on top of it, if you know what I mean. But that's just me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pop that in the middle. Okay, and then this piece here, again we're going to put the same pads on. I'm going to raise it up again, but I'm just going to avoid those pieces at the top where that holographic band is. Oh, I've got a little one there, so I'm just going to put a little one across there. I'll trim that in a second because I think you might see it. There we go. There we are. Let's see. Oh, do I need any more? Yeah, I need one in the middle, definitely. Actually, put two. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I don't know what sentiment I'm going to use on this one. I don't know whether we'll go for lots of love. It's quite a nice dark purple. We've also got some little round buttons, I think they're called, with horses on. So we will have a little play with them. May even put one of them on that previous card. Now, I didn't get the inserts with this kit because, quite frankly, sometimes I'm an idiot. But if you've got the inserts, there's lots of other options that you could use to incorporate that as part of your background as well. Okay, let's bring this in. So I think maybe that one, with it being a bit darker, could be a bit of fun. And these are the little buttons that I was talking about. So we've got 2 of those. And 2. Oh, got that one as well with the BU. The world is a better place because of you. I think that was a bit too big for this card. So let's see how we can pop these in. So I'm kind of thinking if I'm going to put these in, maybe the glittery one needs to be on the top. Don't know about that. I might just go across. I think that would look better across the top actually because it's lighter up there. Yeah, I'm going to go there I think. So I've just put a little bit of tacky glue on because I don't want that to go any higher. So let's have a little look. These, do we want to use any or all of these? Let's bring in that previous card as well, because maybe I might put one of these. No, not feeling it on this card or that card. Okay, so what I thought I might try with this, these came in a goodie box. So it wasn't, was it the last goodie box or was it the time before? But they're flowers and it was a big sheet. I cut the sheet in half just to store it. And I thought these might go quite nicely on here. So let's try and get them off. Has that come off the sticky? Yes, it has. Okay. So let's go with one in this corner. Let's mix it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put 3 down here. I'm going to assume they're all going to come off the glue. Oh, I think they're all connected, like a string of them. It's not how I'm going to use them, that's for sure. Too nice. And they're actually little flowers, I think is what they're supposed to be, but they kind of look a bit holographic as well. Come on now, you stay in the right place. Yeah. And then I'm going to come around this side. Stay where you put. I think that will need to go and stay a little bit flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go with 1 in this corner. Let's take it off the edge if we can. Oh, I've got a bit of glue on me. So now we're going to pop 2 in this corner. Oops. 1. Okay, not straight, but we'll sort that in a second. Let's get rid of those out of the way. Let's bring that in. Right, you shift you over. Why don't you want to shift you over? Yeah, okay, I think that's a little better. You need to stay where you are. You are okay. So what I am going to do is just see if I can just snip a little closer. And I'll try again up here as well. neater. That is card number 2. Okay, so let me just pop that in there. Oh, going blind, can't see where the hole is. And then I'll pop that lid on. So that would just need a normal 6x6 insert. I usually do them at 5 3/4 inside, so I'll just find a plain bit cut off from one of the other sets that I have. What you could also do is go in with your cookie glue pen, add little bits of glitter just for a little bit of a highlight. I'm not going to do that on this video, but you could definitely do that and it would add to the effect on the cards. But that's it for today, nice and quick. That was From the Heart, the little set, and I've got this sort of big topper here, I've got these 2 here, and I've got the 3 pieces of card. Oh, I've got these buttons as well. So I've got that one, I've got this one with a hologram on, and then I've got 2 pieces of card and the frame from this one, so the holographic frame left over. So plenty still to play with. I might have a play with them a little later today and see what I come up with. But I'll put pictures of these up on Facebook and Pinterest just in case you want a closer look at them. But next time I'm going to be coming back with one of the other sets. There's 2 more left to go, so I'll bring another set in. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting. Bye bye.